me add something that I think parents don't realize or don't think about. Even I kind of miss it at the beginning too, is what does the body tell the mind when the posture is slouched? Like you think of, especially, young teens going through
Yeah.
puberty, if there is depression, sadness, shyness, like that forces the body in this slouched protective fetal position.
Mhm.
So that stresses the hip flexors, which are the neurological connection of your brain to the lower half, telling your body, okay, be stressed, be sympathetic, life is scary. That flexes here. There's not as much deep breathing. So there's going to create more anxiety, more panic attacks. When people have panic attacks, they feel tightness in their chest. They're not getting full enough air. Blood pressure goes up, stress and tension in the neck go way up. Restriction to the brain happens by like 200%, like
Mm.
crazy amounts of restriction of blood flow.
Mhm.
So when you take a child from here and you open up the spine and you let their body go here, not only physiologically are they breathing better, more blood flow to the brain, but that does something to their psychology
Mhm.
of like, oh, don't be scared. Don't be stressed. Like I can start talking more developmental milestones that you want to be hitting of social awareness and being friendly towards that changes. That
Mhm.
changes everything. And I think that's one thing that's overlooked of the physical and the mental bridge in health is the posture and how
Mhm.
much
Absolutely.
positive posture affects the mind.
One one thing I think we keep talking about a lot of these really really good topics. I think one thing is when you look at chiropractic, there sometimes people ask like, "Oh, how do I know that my spine's out of alignment? How do I know if I have something that's like out of place, or how do I know if I even need to be adjusted?" And I think there's a depth here to help people make sure that they know. Because sometimes you're watching this, right? And you're like, you could be thinking, man, I have a friend at church right now, or I have friends at work, or people that I know. And like, how do they know? And I think number one, I would start here. I would say that there are three things that will cause the spine to dysregulate, out of place, and subluxate, out of position, and it's stress to the physical, chemical, and emotional, right?
Mm-hmm.
Physical, chemical, and emotional trauma to the spine, to the body, and the body's inability to adapt to those stressors is where we see the body come into this place, right? Now, there's something unique that the three of us do in our clinics to, we say, not guess, but test. So if someone is out there and you're like, man, I know that something's probably going on, but I don't really know, like, what's something that you do that we all do it, but what is the thing that we do that's like, hey, here's how you know for sure if you're in or out of alignment?
Yeah, this is somebody walks into our office and a lot of time they're like, I feel like my one hip is a little higher than the other, or I feel like my neck's a little out of whack is what they'll call it. And uh we'll talk about what normal looks like with the spine, and then I always point behind me because that's where my x-ray machine is, and I'm like, it's hard to hide from this thing. So
Yeah.
what we do is we take x-rays and we know exactly what their spine looks like, because you can't hide from that thing, and it tells you exactly where things are misaligned and how far they're misaligned. So,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that's really cool in all of our practices is we do x rays and then we mark them to see exactly how many degrees of curvature are in their spine and in their neck, low back, things like that, and then how far their hips are off.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know you hit it on a little bit earlier. We want to have a 45-degree curve in the neck, so cervical spine, in the mid back, your thoracic spine, and then also in your low back,
Mm-hmm.
in the lumbar spine, all at 45 degrees. And then we want your head to be stacked over top of your shoulders, right? The further, and you were touching on this earlier, the further your head gets out in front of you, the more stress that it puts on the neck and shoulders.